Judas Iscariot. A simple act of betrayal changed world history when in the Garden of Gethsemane, one disciple identified his teacher with a deliberate kiss for 30 pieces of silver. Judas Iscariot, probably from Kerioth in Judea, and thus an outsider among the Galilean fishermen, negotiated with the Jewish authorities around AD 30. His motives remain debated. Overseeing the disciples' purse may have tempted him. The Gospel of John suggests demonic influence, and disillusionment over Jesus' refusal to lead a political revolt could have played a part. After soldiers seized Jesus, overwhelming guilt drove him to return the blood money before ending his life. Matthew reports he hanged himself, while Acts describes a fatal fall in a field. This singular moment launched the Passion narrative, and forever linked a kiss to treachery. For 2 millennia, painters, poets, and playwrights have revisited that garden scene, exploring its themes of loyalty, guilt, and redemption, and ensuring its resonance across cultures and generations. Marcus Junius Brutus. Senate's last strike recounts the March 15, 44 BC ambush of Julius Caesar by Marcus Junius Brutus, alongside senators. Born in 85 BC to a noble Roman house of Cato the Younger, Brutus embraced republican ideals that prized liberty above loyalty. Granted clemency after opposing Pompey, he joined 60 conspirators alarmed by Caesar's perceived monarchical ambitions. As Caesar entered the Curia of Pompey, they attacked, and Brutus delivered a fateful blow, prompting Caesar's reputed "Et tu, Brute?" Convinced assassinating a friend served the Republic's traditions, Brutus saw his act as patriotic. Declared a murderer and forced into exile, he mustered armies in the east, but was defeated at Philippi in October 42 BC. Facing capture, he fell on his sword in Macedonia. For centuries, writers have revisited that moment, exploring themes of loyalty, power, and the fragile line between freedom and betrayal, cementing Brutus's name as an enduring emblem of treachery. Benedict Arnold. Among the most vile betrayals in history, Benedict Arnold's name became a byword for treason after turning against the cause he once championed. Arnold was born in Norwich, Connecticut on January 14, 1741, and quickly climbed the ranks of the Continental Army, capturing Fort Ticonderoga and winning renown at Saratoga. However, mounting debts and perceived slights drove him to clandestine talks with British officers by May 1779. In 1780, he agreed to surrender West Point for £20,000, sending coded plans of defenses and invasion routes. The scheme collapsed when Major John Andre was captured, carrying Arnold's incriminating letters in September, leading to Andre's execution and Arnold's escape to New York under British protection. He even led a British attack on New London that autumn, deepening his infamy. Ostracized by his former allies and distrusted in Britain, he died in exile on June 14, 1801, a grim, lasting illustration of ambition corrupted into betrayal. Vidkun Quisling. On April 9, 1940, Vidkun Quisling executed an act of unparalleled treachery by allowing German forces to land in Norway without resistance. A decorated military officer and diplomat turned pro-fascist politician, he orchestrated the bypass of British defenses and issued orders that cleared the way for unopposed occupation. Quisling then proclaimed himself prime minister under German oversight, initiating policies that arrested political opponents and facilitated the deportation of thousands of Norwegian Jews. His alliance with the occupying power earned him authority but stripped him of legitimacy among his countrymen. Following Germany's defeat in May 1945, Allied troops arrested Quisling and handed him over to Norwegian authorities. Tried and convicted of high treason, he faced a firing squad on October 24, 1945. His betrayal stands as a chilling reminder of how ambition and ideological zeal can drive leaders to sacrifice their nation, leaving a legacy of shame that transcends generations. John Walker. A decorated naval warrant officer traded America's deepest secrets for cash. John Anthony Walker, Jr., born July 28, 1937, in Washington, D.C., became chief warrant officer at Norfolk's ComSublant headquarters with top-secret crypto clearance. From late 1967 to May 1985, he sold Soviet agents naval cipher cards and decoding manuals, allowing decryption of over 1 million messages. His scheme began with a single cipher card for a few $1,000s and escalated to payments of up to $5,000 weekly. Walker enlisted his son Michael, brother Arthur, and friend Jerry Whitworth to maintain the flow of sensitive data, undermining U.S. submarine tactics, missile deployments, and anti-submarine operations. The FBI's interception of a dead drop in Maryland woods on May 20, 1985, led to his arrest and life imprisonment. Walker's betrayal reshaped Cold War naval strategy and serves as a reminder that desperation can drive individuals to forsake duty and country. Wang Jingwei. A celebrated revolutionary turned collaborator, Wang Jingwei rose alongside Sun Yat-sen to help found the Kuomintang and served as its acting premier by the late 1920s. Factional struggles with Chiang Kai-shek led him to break from the main KMT and, on March 30, 1940, proclaimed the reorganized national government of the Republic of China in Japanese-occupied Nanjing. Under Tokyo's domination, his puppet regime implemented harsh anti-communist policies, facilitated Japanese conscription, and enabled the deportation of countless civilians. Convinced that accommodation with Japan would spare China further suffering, and embittered by his waning influence, he signed secret accords empowering Japanese authorities to direct both military and civil administration. Wang's death on November 10, 1944, preceded the collapse of his government in August 1945 and the subsequent trials of fellow collaborators. His downfall stands as a powerful cue that even the noblest intentions, when twisted by ambition and flawed ideals, can give rise to one of the most notorious betrayals in history. La Malinche. Amid the Spanish advance on the Gulf Coast in 1519, an enslaved teenager emerged as the linchpin between two worlds, her mastery of Maya and Nahuatl transforming her into Hernan Cortes's indispensable interpreter. Malinche, known also as Malintzin or Doña Marina, had been traded across the Yucatan Peninsula before arriving at Cortes's camp, where her linguistic talents quickly proved invaluable. As the expedition pressed inland toward Tenochtitlan, she brokered alliances with wary indigenous kingdoms, relayed delicate negotiations, and uncovered secret plots, all of which steered the course of battle plans. At Cholula, her timely warning averted an ambush, but unleashed a brutal Spanish massacre in retaliation. Through each translation, she wielded language as a weapon that cracked open the Aztec Empire's defenses and paved the way for Spain's dominion. Bearing Cortes's son Martin in 1523, Malinche navigated an existence fraught with coercion and survival until her death around 1528. Honored by some as a founding figure of Mexico's mestizo identity and reviled by others as a traitor, her legacy endures as a complex testament to how individuals caught between cultures can irrevocably reshape the fate of entire civilizations. Guy Fawkes. Nightfall in London bore witness to an audacious plan that would echo through centuries. In 1605, a band of Catholic conspirators concealed barrels of gunpowder beneath the House of Lords, aiming to obliterate the heart of England's government and its Protestant monarch, James I. Guy Fawkes, hardened by combat in the Spanish army, oversaw the explosive cache, convinced that only violence could overturn oppressive anti-Catholic laws. An anonymous tip on the eve of November 5th led authorities to pry open the cellar doors and seize Fawkes in the flickering lantern light. Subjected to brutal torture, he confessed every detail of the gunpowder plot. Condemned for high treason, Fawkes narrowly escaped the agony of hanging, drawing, and quartering when a fall from the scaffold broke his neck. In 1606, Parliament's declaration of a national day of thanksgiving transformed the failed uprising into an enduring festival of bonfires and fireworks. 4 centuries later, the memory of that night serves as a stark testament to how religious zeal and desperation can ignite acts of betrayal that reshape history.